Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. It's Audit in Yorkshire. I've done in North Wales now, so on the way home I decided to pop to HMP Buckley Hall in Rochdale. This prison is a Category C male prison in Buckley, the district of Rochdale in northwest England, and is operated by Her Majesty's Prison and Probation Service. Now when it's got a very small capacity as this prison, 445 to be precise. That's mental. Population is 450 as of the 21st of April 2020. Robbie Durkin is the governor. Prison service property, no public right of way. So yeah, Buckley Hall takes its name from Buckley Hall, an historic house which previously occupied the site. After the Second World War, the old mansion was demolished and Buckley Hall Young Offenders Institution built in its place. The site acted as a prison for young males until 1989, and after that as a venue for prison service control and restraint training. In 1994, the majority of the old prison was demolished and a new Category C prison for adult males constructed in its place. Prison service property, public footpath. So we'll just hang about here for a minute and give a bit of background on it. We are on public property, you see. So the new Buckley Hall prison was initially operated by Group 4 Prison Services, the fourth private prison to be run in the UK. However, after a tendering process in 2000, the establishment reverted to HM Prison Service control. In 2001, the prison service announced that Buckley Hall would be converted to take female inmates after an increased demand for women's places in prisons. The first female prisoner arrived in 2002, and in 2004 the prison was criticised for not being adequately prepared after it was converted from a men's prison. In 2005, as a result of the population pressures in prisons for men, it was announced that Buckley Hall would be converted back to a Category C male prison. Male prisoners began arriving at Buckley Hall on December 5th, 2005. Since its conversion back to a male Cat C prison, the prison has consistently performed well against the prison service's key performance targets, KPTs. It is viewed as a progressive modern thinking establishment which offers prisoners a variety of opportunities to better themselves prior to their release. Buckley Hall prison houses sentenced males Category C prisoners primarily from the Manchester area. Buckley Hall is now a long-term Cat C housing inmates with sentences of 4 years or over. All prisoners with under 6 months left to serve are transferred back to local prisons for local release. There's a sign over here, look. Welcome to Buckley Hall. Please report to the main gate. Press the button on the panel to the left of pedestrian gate, blah blah blah. Yeah, it's tucked out that ways, this place. I mean, if you didn't know it were here, you wouldn't know, if you know what I mean. Anyway, education and training at the prison is contracted out to Novus. Courses and workshops include adult basic education, open learning, information technology, art and design. Key skills, life and social skills, and construction. The prison also has a library. Other facilities at Buckley Hall include tables for pool, table football, table tennis, as well as board games and video library. There is also a gym and sports pitches, as well as a full-time prison chaplaincy, whatever that says. There is also a health centre for prisoners on site. That's quite cool. So they've got their own health centre. There's your section 79 series crime act sign. So it's got its own health centre. That's not bad. Assuming that'll be where they're going. Drivers, when stationary, please turn off your engine. We'll come back up here in a minute. So the capacity of the establishment increased in 2011 with the introduction of new accommodation units built in the grounds, housing an additional 60 men and increasing the capacity to 445. Bad bit of area down here, to be honest. So, some visiting information. I don't know if that's visitor centre down there. It could possibly be. So, you must be on the person's visitor list to visit. You've got to book your visit up to 4 weeks in advance and have the ID required when you attend. Prisoners can have up to 5 visitors at a time, including a maximum of 3 adults over 18 and at least 1 other visitor. Visitors must be an adult. There is a limit to the number of visits a person can have. You can check this with Buckley Hall. Again, this prison offers help with costs of visits and things, and travelling and meals and somewhere to possibly stay overnight. And all their visiting times are readily available to view online, along with the email address and phone number and things like that. Same thing about visitors having to have a pat-down search. I think that's just standard in all prisons, and getting sniffed by the dog. Each adult visitor is allowed to take in a maximum of £30 in coins. Notes are not allowed. That's strange. What's this? Home office property, no loitering. No public right of way. Well, the gate's open. So yeah, £30 in coins and no notes. That's weird. The money can be used to buy food and drinks from the canteen in the visitors hall. There are strict controls on what you can take into Buckley Hall. You will have to leave most things you have with you in a locker or with security. This includes pushchairs and car seats. You'll be told the rules by an officer at the start of your visit, and if you break the rules, your visit could be cancelled and you could be banned from visiting again. So don't be breaking rules, guys. And then rest of it's just about sending money and gifts and postcards and all that stuff. Buckley Hall is committed to providing a safe and educational environment where men can learn new skills to help them on release. And then you've got arrivals and first night. So when a prisoner arrives at Buckley Hall, they will be able to contact a family member by phone. This could be quite late in the evening, depending on the time they arrive. They will get to speak to someone who will then check how they're feeling and ask any immediate health and well-being needs. So again, induction upon arriving to prison lasts about a week, and it's pretty much the same thing as every other prison. You know, personal development in custody, skills training, education, mental health and sexual health. So the prison is made up of 4 units. There's a mixture of single and shared rooms. Each unit has its own communal area and public telephones. Prisoners can rent TVs in their rooms for £1 a week. It's not bad, is it? It's cheaper than getting the TV online. Is that £1 a week? So that's pretty much it on this place. So yeah, this is some kind of I don't know. Just looks like a scrapyard, doesn't it? Table and chairs and all sorts of stuff. I can only imagine it goes all the way up and round. Some stuff what people look to be out of the kitchen. It's a forklift. Yeah, I'm not going to walk all the way around, guys. I'm just going to walk to the end of here and probably have a walk back down, because I've been out all day and I'm quite knackered, to be honest. I'm not going to lie to you. Oh, what I found. An electric fence. Tons and tons of razor wire. I definitely think I'm somewhere I shouldn't be, but if I didn't do these things, I wouldn't be me, would I? Hey, I won't be auditing Yorkshire. But we are going to walk back down now, because that's just going to take us all the way around the prison, probably to the other side anywhere, and knowing my luck, it'll lead to a dead end. So we'll go back round the front, see if we can get some more footage of the gate area, and then we'll get the drone out. Yeah, I've just come back round, guys. It's definitely a bit of a weird place, is this. I mean, they've got like, obviously, fence here, and then the actual fenced prison at the other side. I mean, all this stuff, they've got a big gate there. I mean, all this sort of stuff, it's just looks like crap. Do with some of them pallets for. I mean, like metal cages and stuff. What are all these metal cages for? What do they put in them prisoners when they've been naughty? proper weird stuff is this, guys. And this fence don't come all the way down either, so that electric fence stops just past that top bit of fence. It don't come all the way down, which is a bit weird. There's what appears to be an old, like, gatehouse type office thingy there. So maybe that were used at some point. There's like a prison entrance or something like that, I'm not sure. It's weird. No parking on this side. Fire brigade parking only, other vehicles may be clamped. And then you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, all parked on double yellows and yellow box junctions. And then double yellow, all disabled parking. And I know it's private property, so disabled bad technically don't apply really, it's at their discretion. But neither of them have, well, none of them have got badges. Disabled badges. Well, look how dirty that sign is. That's bad. So you've got residential houses over there. It is quite late, you know. It's well, it's not late, but it's knocking on about 8 PM. So maybe they're just can't be asked coming out to bother me. There's some parking here. I think this is all private parking, private road. Had a dint on it. Yeah, that leads down to that other bit of road we could have walked up. And then, yeah. Just goes all the way up there. So I'll have a quick peek and then make my way back round. Yeah, there's no up there, guys, but I've just found some on Manchester Evening News, because there's not a great deal of history on this place. But yeah, it says a Rochdale prison housing dozens of men serving life sentences is one of the safest in the country, according to a new report. Inspectors say levels of violence at HMP Buckley have halved in the last 12 months, and use of force by prison guards has fallen. And oh, that were in 2019, so things could have changed. Efforts to rehabilitate prisoners were also praised in the HM Inspectorate of Prison reports, which gave Buckley Hall the highest rating in 3 of the 4 areas inspected. So in his report, Peter Clark, HM Chief Inspector of Prisons, praised Buckley Hall for getting the basics right, saying it was a very safe prison. Well, I'm not being funny, but it shouldn't be hard to get the basics right, should it? That's why they're called basics. Now, it's got good leadership and confident and respectful staff. By all accounts, they should be congratulated. The report also found the use of illicit substances had increased since the last inspection in July 2016. However, the number of positive drug tests was still comparable to similar prisons. 40% of prisoners surveyed said drugs were easy to get into Buckley Hall, and prison bosses were advised to increase the number of drug tests and make random testing less predictable. Yeah. The number of incidents of self-harm had also increased, but was still lower than similar prisons. One inmate took his life in 2017. That's not good. So 60% of the people serving the sentences are of more than 10 years and over, with 45 serving life sentences. Said that it's said to be clean and well maintained, with more cells found to be in reasonable condition. Very interesting. We're just going to get a couple of more shots, and then we're going to get the judge out. There's not a great deal you can see anywhere, but yeah, there's nobody about. Twice in one day, you know. I've had audits with no interactions, but we'll see if we'll get any, because I am going to bring the drone out now, so we'll see you up in the sky. Right guys, that just about wraps it up for HMP Buckley Hall. It's very quiet round here. They've either had loads of auditors or they don't get any, and they just simply can't be asked coming out. But I've had 0 interactions. But like I said guys, it's not always about the interactions, especially with prisons. It's just nice to watch a video, I think, and you know, get a bit of background information and stuff and all that. So yeah, it's been a good one. I've enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed the drone footage. I do apologise for background noise because where I was stood, well, in this area there's a lot of trees and things, as you can see, so, and obviously all this is in part at Geozone here, but where I was stood over that way, over the mouses, was the closest I could get to the prison to fly, to sort of get a better view. So, and then yeah, two kids were playing out and they ended up getting really intrigued and things over at drone. So yeah, I do apologise about that, but it has been a good one. It's been a very long day. I've been out all day and I'm not going to be doing this again for a while. Not the all day jobs anyway. So yeah, I'm going to wrap it up guys. HMP Buckley Hall, hope, engage and change. Let's hope the people of this establishment come out better people. So I'm going to love you and leave you guys as always. If you like this video, please like, comment and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Yeah.